Okay, I think we can begin now. We have a lot of participants. Uh, so, good morning, everyone. My name is Siddharth, and I am from the marketing team at Lead Group, India's largest school tech organization. And on behalf of Lead Group, I would like to welcome you all to the live webinar on enhancing teacher skills with technology. Today, we have with us Dr. Sapna Yadav, who is the head of ICT Department at SCERT. She holds more than 13 years of experience in curriculum development, training, and research. She's even participated and presented papers on different aspects of education, particularly ICT in education, EMC at national and international seminars. I'm sure you will gain a lot from today's session, given her knowledge and experience in the subject. So, without further ado, over to you, Dr. Sapna. Ma'am, your voice is on mute.
Thank you, Siddharth, for introducing me. And thanks for providing me this opportunity to discuss the very important issue about the technology in the teacher in education, especially. So as per the UNESCO's report, in 2023, words youth words youth means the age between 15 to 24 were using internet, and more than 79% youth. So I think this data, more than this number exists today on internet. And the children, I also believe that children below the age of 15 years and adults more than 24 years also uses the technology. And we cannot deny this because we are also using the same thing. So it is the right time that we have to channelize their energy into the positive outcomes, so we can find this, we can basically create the citizens who are secure, safe, and are responsible citizens. So I just start with the quote that this is the quote by the George Corso, that technology will not replace the great teachers, but technology in the hand of great teachers can create transformational, can be transformational. So that's why we are here to discuss that what are the ways how we can enhance the teachers' skills by using the technology. So we know about the concept of citizenship because we all are citizens, but I think you must know that about the concept of digital citizenship, because we are living in the digital world. So we should we have the people of all ages who are on internet. So that's why we have to understand, we have to know that how to stay safe, respect others, and participate meaningfully in this digital world. The digital world needs responsible citizens for the safe and ethical exploration. So that's why here all the words are talking about the digital citizenship. There are some aspects about to safeguard the digital citizenship, and these three aspects covers that: respect, educate, and protect. You know that every year, third week of October, we celebrated as the Digital Citizenship Week. So there are 9 elements of this digital citizenship. The first one is digital access, in which we want that support netizens for equal digital rights and access is where digital citizenship concept starts. The next one is digital etiquettes. It must be known that how to behave in this online environment. And the third one is digital laws. You know that there are so many laws regarding the online protocols, online safety. We have IT laws. So advanced digital laws have been made to regulate and govern the digital activities. The third one, which comes under the aspect of educate, that means we as a teacher, as an HOS, we have to educate about to our all students, so that because they are the future digital citizens. So we have to educate them about the digital communicate. That means what are the tools through which we can communicate in this digital world. Digital literacy, that what are the activities we should perform on this communication in this digital world. As we know that after the COVID, especially, we are using the e-banking, digital banking, online transactions. So that means it is very, very important for us to know that how we can do this safely and securely digital transactions. That's why we have the concept of digital commerce. Then the last aspect is protect, that how we can protect ourselves. That the first one is digital rights and duties. We must know that what are our duties as a digital citizenship, as a digital citizens, and how much we have to speech basically rights and responsibilities. You know that during the January 21 to March 21, within 2-3 months, there are more than 84,000 cases reported on Facebook regarding this hate speech and so many things. So it is the time that we have to teach and we have to protect our generation, and we have to literate them about the information and media literacy. So this is the right time to start this. Then digital safety and security. This is the most important for each and everyone who is in this digital world, because we have to behave securely. We have the cyber safety, security is very, very most important. We have so many data, then it is our duty then how we can secure our data, how we can use the data as a teacher, as a school authority. We have that how we can use that data for a particular things, and we have to protect that data from the third party. So that is our duty. And the last one, we have to make balance between this online world and this physical world. So it is most important that the last aspect of this protect or digital citizenship is digital health and wellness. We should use digital world online activities to do exercises and healthy. You know, there are so many Zumba classes, so many internet. We have full of YouTube. You can open that 5 types of cardios we can do at home. So we should utilize the internet for our health and wellness. And wellness include the emotional wellness, physical wellness, and our particularly mental wellness. And national education policy also tells about this. And nowadays, almost all the world are talking about digital citizenship. Almost in each and every country is talking about. There are so many courses running on information and media literacy and health, digital health and safety and security, like this cyber safety and security. I'm sure you all have been doing or contributing in this already. In India, national education policy is our document, or you can say Bible in our education system, the first document was prepared in 1968, in which small part of technical education was introduced. Then next education policy came in 1986, where the concept of education technology came in our system, where we talked about how we can use technology in our education. And the introduction of education technology came in our schools, in our teacher education. We prepare our teachers for using the technology. And after that amendment in 1992, so 2005, 2016, we start to develop our own national new education policy. And now in 2020, we got our national education policy. Based on that as education policy, because there are so many recommendations of so many aspects covered in the national education policies. So we have national curriculum framework, school education, which in 2023, and there are very clear recommendations that for the integration of technology in our school education system, also in our higher education system. That means overall education system. But here we are talking about the school education system. So what are the recommendations in the school education system they given by the national curriculum framework? Digital literacy. That means our teachers and students to become proficient using the digital tools in the form and platforms for learning and teaching. Integration of ICT curriculum. That means we have to use the technology in teaching and learning all subjects. That means ICT should be in a support role, but in a very prominent prominent role if you want permanent learning. So that's why integration of ICT in curriculum. That's why we're saying integration in other subjects. Online learning platforms. Use the online learning platform to improve our knowledge. We have so many online learning platforms, online content, resources. We have so many things. So we should use all these. It is not necessary that we all the time we have to create the content. We should know that how to curate the content. There are so many open educational repositories at the in India too. National Education NCERT also has their own national educational repository. We should utilize those repository in our schools. Diksha has a very good resource of content. Blended learning. It's a not new concept, but it's a very emerging concept. Like in blended learning, if traditional classrooms approach mixed with the technology approach, then that means online classrooms approach or online system education approach, then it becomes a very reliant and reliable or permanent learning resource for a student. And it is becomes more flexible and personalized learning approach. The other one is teacher training. We have to teach, give the capacity building program, organize capacity building program for our teachers, that how they can integrate technology in their existing curriculum or in their existing subjects. Then we have digital assessment tools. So in today's time, it is very necessary that we have to give the immediate and instant feedback to our students. There are so many tools, digital tools which we are using for the assessment, like Kahoot, Mentimeter, and so many things are here where we can use the whiteboard and you just write question, then students write the question, students give the answer through their own digital devices in their computer lab, and then you get the immediate answers on the screen. So that's how you can give the immediate feedback. So digital assessment tools, we have to utilize this. And there are so many digital assessment tools which gives the very clear and precise feedback. But I already told that technology cannot replace the teacher. So that's why it is mandatory that teachers must be there to assess that whatever the result is given by the digital device or digital software, it should be correct. So we have to make a balanced approach between all these technologies and the physical existence. Then incorporation or access to device. Okay. It is our duty. We have to give access of tablet, maybe the computer, maybe mobile phone to our students and teachers. I know that it is difficult for at the students level, but I think we can find out some way, like we can create a computer lab where we have some devices for the students, and then we give the devices to students in our classrooms. Then we take back at the time of when the students leaving this classrooms. So we have to find out the ways that how we can give the access of devices to all students. It is not easy, but yes, we have to do for these learning, for the sake of learning of our students. And educational apps and software. There are so many educational apps and softwares which helps a teacher in their teaching learning process or their strategies. Like we have, so for example, we have GeoGebra for mathematics teachers, a wonderful tool, and teachers can use these tools to teach our students geometry. And I'm sure that this tool, the teacher who use this tool, geometry software tool, to teach our students, then they cannot forget about the concept of geometry. So we have so many educational apps and softwares like MIT Inventor app, where the students can create their own websites. So they can use the MIT Inventor app. There are so many things. And the best thing is that we are promoting only the open source softwares. And we have so many learning management systems. We should utilize all these learning management systems. Then we have collaborative tools. Like collaborative tools means that we have some community, we have some app like Microsoft Teams, where students and teachers are on the same platform, and they can use the teams for their discussion, online discussion chats. And at that time, I know that teachers mental health get some issues. So for that, to cater that part, I think we should give us some time frame that at that time we are available online and we can discuss about the things, and the students can give their problems on the internet, and then when the teacher get the time at their own time, at their own pace, then they can. So there are so many ways that we can, without harming our emotional and health and emotional and mental well-being, we can do we can create such type of platforms. We can create such time frame where we can discuss about things. So there are so many collaborative tools for this. Cyber safety and ethics. As I already told you, that it is the mandatory part to survive in this digital world. We should know that how can we behave. You know that there are so many cyber threats and so many bullyings are there also. So we should know that as a teacher, as a student, we should know that what is the correct and ethical way for serving, for to be available on the digital world, and utilize, because technology is to support you, is not to empower you, is not, sorry, to overcome you. Okay, it is for empowering, not taking your control. So take your control in your hand and use technology as a support tool. So incorporation of emerging technologies. So there are so many emerging technologies are coming and coming in. And the things that introduces in national education policies: augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence. You know that our almost all children are on using the chat GPT. We are also using the chat GPT, but it is our time. It is the time that we should devise the ways that how we can incorporate digital emerging technologies in our system, so that we can utilize these technologies to make the education, basically educational learning, permanent, and to utilize those educational tools as educational tools. So as I already told you about that national education policy, use of technology in education, these are the digital, we are using digital learning platforms. We are using the interactive contents too. Then we should use the assessment and evaluation, which I think that we are not using so much in our schools, or so teacher training. Now there are so many platforms, and the data shows also that most of the teachers are using the online teacher training platforms too for their own capacity building programs. Things technology can improve in education. That means why we require the technology in our education system. Our earlier system already exists, which is good enough for us. Then why should we use this technology in education system? So we already know this, but I'm just re-emphasizing on this: enhanced learning experiences. You know that when we teach a concept of a very particular concept, suppose electromagnetic waves. So electromagnetic waves, when I read in a book, so it becomes it is going on over my overhead. So, but when I saw the video of that electromagnetic concept, in fact, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about my daughter who is in class 12, who was in class 12 earlier. She is in college now. So she always used the YouTube videos in support of their theoretical concept. That is why we can say that technology enhanced the learning experience. This is the one example. There are so many examples. In fact, teachers uses the technology to clear their own concepts, because you know that there are so many new concepts are coming on. And when we were in school as a teacher, as a students, there are not so much concepts are there. So how we can enhance our knowledge? So through teacher capacity building programs, or using the technology. So that's how it is enhancing the learning experience of teachers and students both. Access to quality education. You know that we have so many online content available, online trainings available, online seminars are available here. And the best part is that the remote areas where the textbooks, physical textbooks, not reach easily at that time, online content, because of the internet availability in our all areas, they can access the online content. So that's how they can access the quality education. And this has been proven during the COVID time, because I am in education system. I know that it is happening that in the remote areas they are using the content which is available in Delhi metropolitan cities. They also available in that areas too. I have organized the training of Diksha, which is for the Delhi teachers, but these trainings also used by the teachers at the Mizoram, at the Goa. So many teachers are doing this. Leh Ladakh areas, they are doing these trainings because of the technology only. Personalized learning. Yes, I'm sure that because teachers or students can do the trainings, or they can access the content at their own pace, with their own pace, place, with their own pace. Improved teacher students interaction. Online platforms, as I earlier discussed about this, that online platforms gives freedom to talk online, to gives you, students can give their problems to the teachers, and they can right now they can then they can answer the same thing on the in the online platforms. So it improved teacher student interaction. Inclusive education and accessibility for differently abled students. Yeah, I'm sure, because you can see that there are so many software tools are available, text to teach, screen reader. It is also that compliance, that all the websites should be W3C compliant, because the content should be available for the differently abled students. There are so many devices. So there are so many assistive technologies for the students, for the visually impaired students too. So that's how it is very important technology for the differently abled teachers too. So students, parental involvement and engagement. In today's time, as a parent, I can say that I know each and everything about my daughter. When she went to school, when she goes to school, I know at what time she enters into school, because of the parental apps by the teacher, by the schools. I know that what is her learning progress. I know that in which area she is weak, and in which area she has strength. So that's how, as a parent, I can say this is technology helps and improves the parental involvement in this help in the education of their own ward. Skill development and future ready education. You know that there are, in fact, in the COVID time, it is already proven that there are so many courses for the new concepts. Like AI is the new concept in schools and in our higher education. We just introduced 2-3 years back, but almost each and everyone may knows about this just because of the online information available. And there are so many courses which train you in AI, in VR, in AR, in other skill development courses like machine learning. And there are many courses for the leadership too. Like I am organized the courses online on the leadership, and there are so many LMS tools, or so LMS, where we can use we can have the skill development courses. MIT, Columbia, they all running the online courses. So that's how we can do our own skill development, and we can give the access to our future generation by introducing all these aspects to them. That there are so many courses that you can do this and prepare yourself for the future. Then resource optimization and cost effectiveness, definitely, as compared to the physical access, because if you want to, cost reduction is always here in that cases. Then efficient administration and communication. So as an administrator, I can say that it is very important. In schools, you know that you know about the attendance of your students. You know about the learning progress of your students. In our Directorate of Education schools, there is a system, management information system, and in which the access of to the authorities, like HOS has one part of access, then district um, officer has all the schools access of all the schools. So there is access, students have on their access, teachers have their own data access. So the requirement of the access, the requirement of information, because I am a teacher, I know about I want to know about myself, what is the data about what are my previous education, previous schools where I was posted. So as per their requirement, there are systems or access to this to the information. So that's why HOS uses the only online system to give the information about their schools to higher authorities. Like they have finance module, they have estate modules, they have student module, they have training module, each and everything. And actually it helps a lot. It helps a lot. And challenges and consideration are always there with technology, with everything. You know that at every place we have challenges and technology considerations for this too. So, okay. You are, excuse me, you are on mute.
Yes, ma'am. So for our attendees, we have a poll. If you can, just answer your whatever the options are given on the screen. So before we begin, I would like you to engage with the poll that we have for all of you. Right. So ma'am, most of the participants in our webinar face problems in, enhancing teacher skills with technology, whether it is access to reliable technology or, with respect to teacher training and student engagement. And most of them face challenges. So I would request you to, continue further and, provide them insights on, how they can upskill their teachers and, stay ahead of everyone. Ma'am, you are on mute.
So yes, thank you, Siddharth, for updating me about this. Actually, this is an issue for each and everyone. We started with this when we started with this, we also faced the same issues. But when we indulge in this, then definitely it helps a lot. So till now we know that what is the importance of technology as a teacher, as an administrator in education. So then the next question arises, why, or you can say importance is the same, but yes, I'm just re-emphasizing on some important aspects again, that why empowering teachers with technology is important. So adapting to new learning styles. Technology allows teachers to engage students with diverse learning styles. Interactive tools are here, simulations and personalized learning platforms cater to individual needs. So if I'm a teacher, then I'm sure that I will use many ways to teach our students so that their concepts may be clear after she reads after she taught in their classroom. So that's where technology helps teachers, then enhanced collaboration and communication. Digital platforms facilitate collaboration between teachers, enabling them to share resources. If I am a good teacher of mathematics, and if I am using any particular concept to teach Pythagoras theorem, particular tool or particular way, particular learning style, then definitely I should teach to other teachers and share my resources. And I can do this with very easily because I don't have so much time to teach them personally. So what can I do? I can use the technology to share my resources and discuss best practices. This can be happen among all the schools, amongst all the schools. And if all the schools were connected with each other with through the technology, through a collaborative platform, then definitely they can share their best practices. They can discuss a lot about their on issues too. If I'm getting an issue, then I can ask on the platform that I'm getting this issue, can kindly help me in this. And I'm sure, because this is my experience, that I was in Facebook community and I asked some one question regarding the students issue in one school. Then and there are so many suggestions came on the Facebook. So that's how the community helps and collaboration improves, and discuss and learn from each other's experiences. Access to information and resources. Technology provides teachers with a vast pool of knowledge and resources, enabling them to deliver more engaging and relevant lessons. Here I want to say one thing more, that there are so many content available on the internet, because internet is a ocean and you have to find out some information from that ocean. Then it is very, very necessary that we should know that how can we find the authentic information from that ocean of internet. So we should know that what is the ethical ways, what are the authentic ways, where from where we can, how can we access the information, correct information and resources. There are so many things on technology. I think we should use technology in a ethical ways. Then the last one is global connectivity and learning. Teachers allows to connect with students and educators from around the world, promoting intercultural understanding and fostering a global learning environment. Here, I'm sitting in Delhi, but I know the best practices which is going on Sweden, in Europe, in Ireland, in USA, suppose California state, in North Carolina state, just because of technology. And I am because that I am a policymaker, so I can utilize this. Can I use one good policy suggestion or one best practices which is going on Sweden? I may use it in Delhi, and this all happens just because of technology, because it allows me that I can share my own experiences, I can share my own best practices, I can share my own policies on the internet, and they can use the same. For example, I can give here is the entrepreneurship mindset curriculum, which is I am running as a project director in Delhi schools. Many countries ask me and they search on internet about the entrepreneurship curriculum. They had a word of mouth, and then they search on internet, and then they find my contact, they reached me and they asked so many informations about the content. And because this is the first kind of initiative, so I'm not talking about that too much, but yes, I'm just saying that I got the mail from the Ukraine, where the war and everything is going on, about this, that how we can utilize this curriculum to enhance the entrepreneurial skills in our students. So that's how technology plays an important role in this global connectivity. And if I'm talking about the digital citizenship, that means I'm talking about the global digital citizenship. We are not confined only in Delhi, only in our schools, only in our India. We have to open our wings and move away. So there are many ways through we can do the professional development of our teachers, like online courses. Teachers can learn from the educators and experts, expanding their knowledge and skills while adapting to current trends. And there are so many platforms available for this, like Coursera, edX, FutureLearn, Teacher Academy. These are the where you can learn all these things. Then in today's time, it is our privilege that we can organize, we can participate in the webinars. Before the COVID, it was very difficult, but now this is the time where we can improve or enhance our knowledge by attending the webinars. So we should attend the webinars as much as possible, as maximum as possible, because it helps to improve your knowledge. It gives you knowledge about the other states. It gives you knowledge about the other schools' best practices. It gives you the knowledge about the what is going on in around you or in the world. So it offers the flexibility and convenient ways to enhance their skills, because you can do this at their home, from their home. These platforms provide access to a wide range of topics, from integrating technology into the classroom to developing effective teaching strategies. Mentorship program. This is the wonderful program, and I think we all should start this practice in our schools. That one of the experienced teachers should mentor and guide colleagues in integrating technology into their classroom. Because when a new teacher enters into the school or in any institutions, it always requires a hand holding. So that's how mentorship concept must introduce. That's where. So there are plenty of books and magazines for educators available online, bookstores, and in libraries. There are so many online book clubs where you can go and read. So this is the another type of professional development where teachers can do their own professional development. Social media and communities. We all are on social media. We cannot say after COVID that we don't know how to use the technology. How can we enter into the, how can we do the course on internet like this? We all are on internet. So I think we should use, or we should channelize our energy for some valuable efforts. And we should use the some communities. We should join some communities where we can enhance our knowledge. And like Reddit, We Are Teachers, LinkedIn, so there are some communities which helps you, because I always use the TEDx to improve my knowledge about any concept. It is a wonderful platform where I use this. And then LinkedIn is, I frequently use LinkedIn, because in LinkedIn I get some information, and very new information. In fact, social media, which is also if I say Instagram, I use the World Economic Forum. I follow the World Economic Forum channel, and on that I always get the new information. Very new information. I got this before any other place. I got this information. I always get this information from World Economic Forum and LinkedIn. So that's how you can do your own professional development. It is not always required that you need this certificate and this, but if you want to improve yourself, you can give the suggestions to your students, so that they can do their own personal and professional development both. And there are there are so many government initiatives which helps in the professional development of teachers. So these are some online learning platforms. Nishtha. So Nishtha is basically a national initiative for school heads and teachers for the holistic development. And this has been initiated by MHRD, which is now Ministry of Education, Government of India, in 2019. And in this, over the Diksha platform, there are so many Nishtha courses launched by the NCERT, and it is mandatory for all the teachers. I'm talking about the government teachers, that they have to complete those courses, and they have to acquire those certifications too. And Diksha is basically a digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. Our Da then finance minister in 2020, she announced, Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, she announced that Diksha is a platform that is one nation, one platform. In Diksha, we got each and everything about the e-content available, all the books, NCERT books, all the state books, all CBSE books, all are available on Nishtha. On Diksha platform. Teachers can do their capacity building program through through Diksha. I am a state project director of Diksha, so I launched over almost in a month, one course on Diksha, and which I told you that which has been done by Goa state teachers, which has done UP, Madhya Pradesh, so many teachers. Currently, from the April to this time, almost 50,000 teachers have already done or acquired this certificate through Diksha. And Diksha platform, not only states are giving the trainings to the Diksha, NCERT is continuously providing the trainings, open the batches for the teachers for their capacity capacity professional development. Swayam is also a portal which is an initiative and through which our teachers can do the MOOC courses. Okay, so it has also many courses and it has so many accreditations for the Swayam. In fact, many universities gives if students have one course, then if they do the same course through Swayam, they give credit to the same credit to the students. So and also NCERT continuously doing the trainings, continuously NCERT, AICT, NCT, so many professors are doing their courses on Swayam. In fact, NCERT launched the class 11th and 12th courses for all the students through Swayam. EPG Pathshala. EPG Pathshala is basically offers high quality interactive e-content in 70 subjects across social science, arts, fine arts, natural, mathematical sciences, and languages. And teachers can access these resources to enrich their subject knowledge and teaching techniques. Digital tools to enhance teaching skills. Know that we know that how why we require empowering of teachers, then we were learning that how we can do this, then this is against the enhancement in this, that what are the digital tools through we can do. So there are collaborative platforms, as I already told you. There are
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but we have one more poll which I would like the audience to answer. So audience, I am just presenting the question on the screen. You can just answer before we begin this section. Okay, so ma'am, we are done with the poll, and many people, I mean, like say that they have partially integrated digital tools in their classrooms. So I believe with the uh, you know the slides that you will present right now, our attendees will get to hear some wonderful insights.
Yeah, sure. I will give some digital tools informations too. So as I'm talking about the collaborative platform, there are so many collaborative platforms like Google Classrooms, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom is here for where you can enable the interactive learning and remote collaborations. There are multimedia resources, educational videos, simulations, interactive content, which can make your lesson engaging and immersive. We have assessment platforms like online quizzes, polls, adaptive learning tools, like I already told you, Mentimeter and Kahoot and Padlet. We have, which is very easy to use actually. And I will let you know others too. Productivity apps, we have Canva, Jamboard, Padlet. We can also use the Jamboard for the digital assessment too. Padlet for digital assessment, and which can enhance basically lesson planning, presentation, and student collaboration. So interactive whiteboards almost all schools have, but yes, interactive whiteboards we should use, which offers the dynamic learning and experience. Then lesson planning apps we have. Then we have educational games and apps. Like Siddharth, I think we should we have short time.
Yes, ma'am. We have like short time, so if you could, like
Yeah, I just
quickly run
want.
us through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I asked you. I
Yes,
see
ma'am.
the time. So VR and AR, immersive technologies are in upcoming technologies which maybe we are going to use in our school. So that's why we should use those technologies in our schools. Like there are so many virtual labs. NCRT has virtual labs. All the schools must visit the NCRT virtual lab, where you can see the how the virtual reality content can help the teacher students in their learning journey. And AR content, their books have the augmented reality contents too. So which helps basically to enhance the understanding of the complex concepts. Streamlining workflows, productivity apps for teachers, planning and organizations. We have some apps, grading and assessment, that we have Grade Scope, which is very wonderful tool. Google Classroom, and communication collaboration. I already told you, Slack, Zoom. We have time management and reminders. We have like mobile apps. Like if I am a teacher, then I as or I'm a HOS or principal or an administrator, then definitely I have to manage my time. I have so many things in my mind, so I have to set my reminder. So that's why we have some Evernote. Todoist is scrapping, I think, up now from 1st July. So other than this, we have OneNote of Microsoft. We have so many apps which will help me to organize my time and sorry, time management, manage my time. Then ideas for integrating technology in the classroom. We can organize the virtual field trips through VR systems. We should use the VR systems. If in our schools we don't have this VR, then we should find out the place where we can take our students, and then we can give them experience about the VR content of virtual field trips. We should organize the online discussion through the digital forums and collaborative platforms. We should encourage the gamification in our learning process through our teachers. And then flipped classroom, which is a wonderful concept, in which we assign the video lessons or contents as an homework, online content as homework for to our students, and then use our class time for the collaborative activities or discussions like this. So this is the wonderful concept. We should utilize flipped classrooms concept in our schools. Then suggested digital tools about teachers for the PowerPoint presentations. We can use the PowerPoint shortcuts, because PowerPoint shortcuts does not have the ad and everything. It gives you effective presentation. One thing I tell you, that if I am giving the presentation through PowerPoint shortcut, then if I press the if I want to I have a question and I want answer from the student, then I press W, then it make your after my questions, it makes the screen blank, and then I press again W, and then it visibles all the things. So these are some PowerPoint shortcuts. If I use the YouTube has very nice content, and if I use the authentic content from the YouTube, then definitely we should use YouTube as our learning tools. But problem is that when I open the YouTube, there are so many ads is going on in the YouTube, so it hinders in the learning process. It hinders in my concentration. So what should we do? That we should download that content and use in the offline setting. Brave browser is also a very secure and privacy and very brave browser. It's a basically the plus point is that it is ad-free browsing, give you the ad-free browser surfing points. Then resource optimization, then ad puzzle. So ad puzzle is basically a tool in which you can create your own videos. Your presentation is going on in your behind, and you are as a teacher discussing about your presentation, giving information about your presentation. So very interactive video learning tools. And the best part is that you can add the questions in between your video. So that is the video learning part in this. Then Flipgrid is basically is also a tool where you can make a Zoom, where you can make a group with your student, and you can you can clear them any concept with the video, and they can also reply through making the videos if you want any assignment from them like this. So Flipgrid is also very wonderful tool, and you can use this tool also for the assessment. Flashcard, we can make the flashcards by using the Flippity. It is interactive. It is give you personalized info on individual learning experience too. Variety of learning sources are there, and you can give the immediate feedback as a teacher to your students. Then Scratch, it is invented by the MIT, and it's a very wonderful tool for initiating the coding, to learn the coding at the very initial levels. So in our schools, we teach Scratch from the class 6, but in private schools, many of your schools already have teachers they using the Scratch in class 3rd or 2nd for your students because it gives you the very enhanced or very nice experience of coding. So future of technology, you know that AI, we all talk about the chat GPT and everything, but now the question arises that how can we ethically use the technologies in our classrooms? So AI, immersive environments, AR, VR, gamification, data is now is a very important aspect. We have to teach, we have to use that data gathering and analysis. It is the upcoming future in our classrooms. I'm talking about in already existing concept, but yes, in our education system, how we can utilize those to improve the learning, teaching process, teaching strategies, preparation, classroom management, all these things. How can we use that? There is, I was on World Economic Forum, I saw one video that there is upcoming technology is cloud spatial. It gives you the so when you are using the virtual reality headset, so it gives you the feel that you are in space, you are in forest like this. But with this cloud spatial technology, what you can see, you can feel that space. Like you, if you are in suppose if you see in virtual field that you are in forest, then you can feel, then that means it makes the concept of 3D images in that 3D, not images, 3D existing part in the technology with the virtual reality content. And they are saying that in the last they've said very beautiful thing, that we are going to give you the experience from storytelling to story living. That's we are here and we will go there like this. But technology will continue to evolve and educators must adapt it. New tools and platforms will emerge, offering innovative ways to learn and teach. We must embrace this change and prepare for the future of education, because technology are evolving so many new things. I have less time, so I want to discuss it more, because the future of education with technology is very important aspect. But as I already told you, that we have to be evolve with these technologies. So we have to be a continuous learner for this. Digital detoxification. So it is very important. As I am talking, there are so many positive points about the technology, but yes, we cannot deny this, that there are some negative aspects of this too. Negative aspects on our mental health, on our emotional well-being, on our physical health. So there is one proper guideline, Pragyata guidelines, developed by the Ministry of Education, which gives only dedicated one chapter, that how can be safe and secure in this digital world, what exercise we should do, what should not be do. So it is important to teach the concept of digital detoxification for ourselves, for students, for each and everyone at our home too. Because digital detox is a period of time in which a person refrains from using any internet connectivity, electronic devices such as smartphones and computers. A digital detox helps in reducing the stress and focusing more on spatial interaction. Now it is the time that when I want that I have to, especially at the night, I want that I should switch off my phone and then keep on side, and then I have to focus on myself, on my children, on my family. So it can also help prevent device addiction. We all have addiction. I have also addiction. I just scroll on Instagram. So I want to be away from that detox, from away from that Instagram. So how can I do this? Through digital detoxification only. Unplugging on a regular basis allows us to maintain a healthy balance between real life and digital activities. Finally, digital detox is a way to disconnect in order to reconnect, because we cannot live without technology. Then I think it is the way that we have to find out some time for the digital detoxification to reconnect.
Ma'am, so I guess we are running short of time now. So, meanwhile, what I can do is I will launch another poll, and audience, you can gather your questions for ma'am. She will be happy to take them. And meanwhile, while you are answering the poll, I would also like to invite Shalini Bhattacharya. She heads the brand content and PR function for us. So, audience, why don't you give your questions, give the answers to the poll, and Shalini will brief you on who we are, what we do, and how Lead Group can be a partner for you. So over to you, Shalini.
Hi, thanks so much. So I guess we'll need to move to the right screen.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. So first of all, thank you, Dr. Yadav. It's been a very interesting session. Thank you for agreeing to be a speaker with us. And also thank you to all the participants who joined in today. As you're putting in your questions, as you're thinking about what to ask Dr. Yadav, I'll just quickly take you through an overview of who we are, what we do. We are a Lead Group. We are India's largest and fastest growing school ed tech. We're driven by our mission to make excellent education accessible for every child in India. That's where we're coming from. We believe that high quality education should be accessible to school students across India, no matter where the child is. But numbers speak. And so just to give you a sense of where we are heading, our vision is to provide propulsive learning and to reach 26 million students across 60,000 schools by 2028. Our flagship brand Lead was launched by our co-founders Sumit Mehta and Smita Deora more than 10 years back. So in fact, you could say that we are one of India's not just a school ed tech unicorn in the true sense of the word, but also we are a bunch of people with deep, deep experience in working with all kinds of schools across the country. And just to give you a sense of the different kinds of solutions we have for different kinds of schools, because we understand that not all schools are the same and different schools have different requirements. We have right now a portfolio of brands that we bring to school, which are on the screen in front of you. There's Lead, there's Pinnacle, and there's the Propel brand. And in 2023, we acquired Pearson India's local K-12 solutions. And so therefore, we are now also able to offer a very rich repository of curriculum and content from Pearson. I'm sure all of you have heard of that name. They are one of the most respected education companies globally. And we're delighted to be able to bring them to you. One of the most how should I say this? The most fundamental areas of understanding where we operate from is that we know that not every child learns the same way, right? So one child may learn best through books. Another child is deeply interested and, able to understand concepts from audio-visual content, so videos, audios, etc. And a lot of children also learn best through touch and feel. So if you give them activities to work with, they learn the best. And recognizing this, we've put together an integrated school system that sort of brings all of these facets of teaching to the classroom. Our much loved offering is a program called ELGA, the full form of which is English Language General Awareness, where we teach English as a skill. It's a great way for students who typically may not hail from English-speaking families or homes to learn the language. it really helps them to come up to speed very, very quickly in terms of English proficiency levels. Of course, we understand that education goes beyond just the classroom. And so at LEAD, we make sure that students of our partner schools are exposed to a range of opportunities. For example, we have the annual LEAD championships, where students have exposure to a national platform where you can, where they can display their talent, and it cuts across a range of subjects. So there's English, there's coding, etc. And also, we bring master classes to students on a regular basis. So students have the opportunity to directly interact with, experts in a bunch of fields. So it's really important for a child to get the kind of exposure that LEAD group brings to them. Right now, our teacher enablement and capability system has been designed with a lot of research. Our focus is on making sure that every teacher is a super teacher. And so all our teacher tabs have inbuilt lesson plans so that, the teacher is able to teach easily. Your teachers can derive the best from our self-paced certification program, so they're able to learn and teach at their own time. And of course, we offer in-person training sessions for teachers as well, because we understand that a lot of times it's important to have face time with trainers to understand how to best teach in class and improve student learning outcomes. Dr. Yadav spoke about AI. AI is a buzzword. And of course, AI is being deeply used in India's schools as well, right? So we have brought to our schools an AI assessment builder. It's called Jasper. And of course, it's an end-to-end integrated system. It includes remedials. It includes assessments at the unit level, mid-year level, and end-of-year level. Your teachers can modify assessments to suit the needs of their classrooms. It's all integrated within our teacher app. And of course, we all know that, remedials are key to ensuring student understanding. And through Jasper and through our AI assessment builder, we make this possible. Thanks. So our academic ERP solution is robust, it is strong, it offers you a complete visibility of your student and teacher performance in the classroom. It includes digital assessments, which are formative and summative. And of course, we know that in order for learning to really happen in a good, effective way, you need real-time insights on your student performance. And we bring that to you. Parent engagement, we also understand, is very important for you to constantly stay in touch with your parents so that the parents of your students are able to, be aware in real time of how their wards are doing at school. And so we enable that as well. If I were to just sum it up, we assist partner schools with also setting up experience hubs for your parents with TVs, tabs, books, so that, parents, when they walk into your school, they can get a sense of the kind of education that you will provide to your students. Our teacher orientation sessions will help your teachers to address, any kind of questions that they face from parents on a regular basis. Yes, Aisha, there will be a recording provided to all registered participants. So you'll get that, don't worry. Just coming back to what's on the slide. We also train admissions coordinators to run parent orientation sessions. Again, because we understand how important it is for you to engage as a school owner with parents effectively and to be able to convince your parents that your school is the best school for their children. Right? Can we have the next slide? Thank you. So this is really, my closing slide. Please call the number on the screen if you're interested in understanding how we can help you grow your school, how we can help you make sure that your students have the best learning outcomes possible, and that every student is able to access the best quality education in your school. Thanks so much.
Uh, Thank you, Shalini. Audience, if you have any questions, we have a couple of minutes left before we end for Dr. Yadav. So I would request you to, share your questions in the chat, and Dr. Yadav will be very happy to answer them. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop in. And I would just like to tell everyone that we will certainly provide, and everyone's been asking, a recording of the session, a certificate of participation, and moreover, we will also provide an ebook on the same webinar topic, which you guys can download and use at your ease. So, audience, if you have any questions, please drop in the chat, and Dr. Yadav will be happy to answer. Ma'am, Yadwanshi is asking how to make an interactive class. So, can you answer?
Definitely. First of all, wow, nice presentation by Shalini Bhattacharya. It's wonderful presentation. Whatever I was saying in my presentation, I see that in your presentation, it is correctly mentioned over there. So congratulations that you are already working in that direction to integrate technology in the classrooms in schools. Wonderful. Thank you. This is wonderful platform. Lead, I heard first time about this, but yes, this is wonderful. Great.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
The latest which is far away from our schools, but you are talking about this. Yes, AI is in our school, students' hand, like in mobile phone, chat GPT and everything, but not in a proper way. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
on that point you are working. That's congratulations to.
Ma'am, so coming back to the question, Yadwanshi was asking how to make classrooms interactive. So,
Many ways that you can make your classroom interactive. It is not definitely. So if you say about the without technology, then definitely the important thing is that if you don't have any technology in your hand in your schools, then what you can do, that you can prepare your own questionnaire, right? So sorry, your own content. Okay. If you don't have technology in your classroom, I'm talking about this, but you have access of technology, you have own devices, then definitely you make your own content, you give that content to students, then you can use the flipped classroom content. First thing is that, then if you have the access of technology, then there are so many ways, then you can, if you teach the concept, then you can use the videos of that concept, which you pre-downloaded videos by using the YouTube. You can prepare on PowerPoint. Other than this, you can use the Mentimeter Padlet, where after teaching the concept, you can use the Padlet to ask the question, ask the answers of the questions. You just write the question on the Padlet, which will be visible on the screen, and then you ask to write the students about the for the answers, and then they write the answer and you can see on the screen. So there are so many ways you can make interactive your classroom with technology and without technologies too.
yes, ma'am. So Afzal is also asking about details, about apps for lesson planning, and Aisha is also asking for flashcard apps. I would just like to say, because we're short on time, we will, we will share the recording, and you can go through again. Thank you so much, Garda Mahi. We really appreciate, your attendance during the webinar. Ma'am, Garda Mehdi is actually appreciating all the shared slides that you've shown, and she considers it to be way better than what she learned at that time. So, audience, if there are any more questions, we just have a couple of minutes before we wrap up. I have also dropped a feedback link in the chat. Uh, you can share your feedback for the same. The link is not opening. Let me just check if the link is not opening. However, I'll just make sure. Um,
In between, I just want to say one thing that
yes, ma'am.
that it is not always required a proper structure or proper settings to upgrade yourself. We can upgrade ourselves at any point at any time. If we are using, as I already told you, that we all are on the internet, right? So it is our responsibility that we should upgrade ourselves, and we can utilize so many platforms. Like if I already told you, and I saw that Lead is also working in that direction, which is wonderful. But there are so many platforms you can You can see small videos for that, like TEDx you can use to improve your knowledge. You can see the World Economic Forum, their reports are too good on different topics. You can use the UNESCO's website, you can do the OERs, Open
Okay.
Education Repositories. There are so many things you can upgrade yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much for this insightful session. Audience, I hope you had a great time attending this session by Dr. Yadav. I will share the recording and the email and certificate of participants and the ebook for this session with all of you. Once again, thank you, Dr. Yadav and Shalini, everyone else who has joined the webinar. We will be back soon with many webinars, and we hope to see you once again. And Dr. Yadav, we also look forward to collaborating with you also for our future webinars. Thank you so much to our audience. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.